So here's our rack laid out on the bench. I see someone's already put, looks like some nylon bushes in it, which, that's good that they've done it, but I prefer the rubber ones because nylon can be a bit stiff and you start feeling all the weird vibrations. So, I mean, they seem like they're in really good condition. I might just leave them. I might pop a few of these joints off just so it's easier to work on with the press. The tie rod ends and the knuckles seem to be pretty solid still. There's no movement or give, and the rubbers seem pretty healthy. So I think someone's done this at, you know, a later stage of its life, which is good for me. But once I pull them apart, we'll be able to tell properly. So I'm going to disassemble it. I'll take a photo of it first so that I know how it goes back together. It's always frustrating when you get a piece the wrong way around. And then we're just going to start using the bench press and pop all these joints apart. And then I can clean them up one by one. Now I always throw the old split pins away and put new ones on, so these are going in the bin. Luckily enough, this fell apart in 3 pieces just with a couple of taps with the hammer, so it'll be much easier for me to put on the bench press. So let's start pulling these things apart and give them a really good cleanup. And that is far easier than hitting it and bashing it with a hammer. That's great, let's continue doing all of them. This one I can't actually use suppress because I don't have a way of keeping this raised. So I might even get away with not taking this one apart. Because it's actually very easy to work around, so I'm going to leave that one together for now. Alright, we managed to get all the steering rack disassembled. Now the dirty part, which is cleaning it all up with a scourer and our good old friend, degreaser. My goal is not to take all the paint off, but just to get rid of any grime and gunge and any surface rust. And it is coming up really good. So this is gonna, oh man, someone's really been at this earlier. Look at that. Someone's really been hitting this with a hammer at some stage of its life. Oh well, it's not on the flush surface, so that's not a problem. That's why you should use a bench press and not a hammer. I'm pretty happy with all these what are these called? Tie rod ends and whatnot. Someone's replaced them relatively recently, and they're in really good condition. So I'm really happy with that. They're nice and firm. They don't turn easy, which is what you want. All the rubbers are clean. So I'm not going to have to take these out. I can leave them in there and continue using them. I'm going to leave these bushings in. I'm not going to replace them because they're still in good nick. Although they're polyurethane, I would prefer rubber, but to go to the extent just to change that once it's already been changed, it's just not worth it. So I'm going to keep them. One less thing I have to do. That's a lot of cleaning. That took a while, but we got there. Not much rust at all, thank goodness. I'm going to give them a quick coat in some, I guess just a little bit of that rust preventative coating stuff. And that's pretty much all I need to do to them. And then I can start piecing them back together and putting them back on the car, hopefully for the very, very, very last time. Great, and that's where they're going to sit for the next half hour until they're dry enough for me to start moving them around. So I said I wouldn't spray these with any colour, but I am going to do just a couple of pieces. These two ends under the suspension, the main rod in the middle, these two adjustment pieces, and probably everything apart from the actual steering box there. Just in some enamel black. It's going to give it just a little bit more protection, and I won't worry about any of this exposed plain steel here anymore. So I'll give it a quick coat, and then we can put it on the car. That's it. Man, I needed some ventilation in this place. They are all nice and black. And that is the last thing I'll be doing to them, apart from putting them in the car. So let these dry off. Now I gotta try and remember which bolt goes where. I've got two that are one size and one that's a bit shorter. Alright, the shorter one goes down the bottom. Let's try not to drop this on my face. Alright, well that's good. That's enough for one day. all those links are on, everything's in place. I just need to put some new split pins in all of those, in all these nuts here. And that is it for the steering rack. So, well done, peeps.